Picture this: a massive volcanic eruption in Iceland, thousands of miles away from France, played a crucial role in sparking one of history's most famous revolutions. I know it sounds wild, but let me tell you how this incredible chain of events unfolded. In 1783, the Laki volcano in Iceland began what would become an 8-month-long eruption. This wasn't just any ordinary volcanic event, it was one of the most devastating volcanic disasters in recorded history. The volcano spewed out enough lava to fill more than 3 million Olympic swimming pools. But here's where things get really interesting. The eruption released an enormous cloud of sulfur dioxide into the atmosphere, creating what scientists call a volcanic winter. This toxic cloud didn't just stay over Iceland. It spread across the northern hemisphere, causing extreme weather patterns that would last for years. For France, the timing couldn't have been worse. The country was already dealing with financial problems and social tensions. Then, the volcanic winter hit. Summers became unusually cold, winters were brutally harsh, and crops failed miserably. French farmers watched helplessly as their fields withered, and food became increasingly scarce. By 1788, the situation had become desperate. Bread prices soared to unprecedented levels, and the average French citizen could barely afford to eat. Remember, bread wasn't just a side dish. It made up about 50% of the typical French person's diet at the time. The food shortages led to widespread riots across France. People were literally fighting in the streets over loaves of bread. The government's inability to handle this crisis severely undermined its authority and public trust. This environmental disaster was essentially the match that lit the powder keg of revolution. When the Estates General met in 1789, the French people weren't just angry about social inequality and political corruption. They were literally starving, thanks in part to a volcano erupting thousands of miles away. So, when people say the French Revolution was caused by bread shortages, they're not wrong. But what they might not realize is that behind those shortages was a massive volcanic eruption in Iceland. A perfect example of how our world is more interconnected than we often realize, and how natural disasters can reshape human history in the most unexpected ways. It's mind-blowing to think that the actions of a single volcano helped set the stage for events that would completely transform European society and inspire revolutions around the world. Sometimes the biggest changes in human history start with forces completely beyond our control.